Do any of you guys, show of hands, do any of you guys fancy yourselves as journalists?
My hands up.
Okay, you're a journalist. Do you practice improv? Who do you practice improv with? Scott Colton?
Yeah,
Scott Colton? Yeah, fuck
that
guy. Fuck that guy. I don't know why I have to come out here and tell you guys that some guy that I fucking used to be friends with, that I'm not friends with anymore, is a fucking thing. This is ridiculous. I work with fucking children. And ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly how the fucking presser started. There was no questions asked before this. So anybody out there that's like, what was the question asked before that he responded to? There was none. There was fucking none. He just came out with this bullshit about journalists and then went into a fucking 30-minute tirade on fucking Scott Colton, the EVPs, MJF, fucking Hangman. Oh my God. It was so fucking ridiculous. And I know people are like, wow, what the fuck did I just walk in on? Like, what the fuck is this? This is a podcast, and we're talking about the fucking big event that happened after All Out, literally after we stopped recording and we published the fucking podcast. The fucking media scrum happens with all of this fucking crazy shit in it.
Yes.
Fucking insane. Yes. It is just fucking insane. CM Punk went on a fucking 30-minute tirade about all of this shit. He literally just talked shit about fucking Cabana, called him Scott Colton, like, which is his real name. He went on this long tirade. Then he said that the EVPs leaked the story. Did they leak this fucking story? First off, that's not how the story got leaked. The story was just out there. And for him to go, oh, it was the Bucks and Kenny. Like, he didn't say him he said Nick by name, but he said the EVPs. And
Did he say Nick by name? Because I swear it was Tony that said Nick.
No, he said Nick by name.
Okay, cool.
And he talked about the EVPs. He talked so much shit. Then they asked him about MJF, and he said, verbatim, he goes, this guy wants me to work with fucking dickheads. And I'm just like, okay, well, wow. Then he talked about fucking Hangman Page. He called him an empty-headed idiot, and he didn't want to learn from anybody because of a fucking situation. When somebody asked fucking Hangman Page in a fucking Comic-Con, oh, who do you want to learn from? He said, listen, I'm not really looking for advice right now. This is exactly what he said verbatim in one of the Comic-Cons, because he was like, yeah, I'm not really looking for advice right now. And Punk took that as, oh, he doesn't want to learn from any of the vets. And he just kept going. He's like, I'm working with a bunch of fucking children. He said that the fucking EVPs they couldn't run a fucking target. And it's like, holy shit, what is going on? And the bad part about it, this is what I feel bad about. I feel bad about Tony Khan. Yeah. Because if you watch the scrum, he literally, when Punk starts talking, he's like, like, what the fuck? Like, he has his face like, what the fuck? And the deeper Punk got into it, you can see his face slowly descend into, what the fuck is going on? He literally starts drinking out of this cup. Like, I don't know if there was anything in this cup. He literally just started drinking out of this cup rapidly. And his eye movements was like, okay. It was one point he actually tried to diffuse the situation, was like, maybe if I would have answered the question that Nick Houseman had asked, because that's the person who Punk went after first.
Oh, okay. He
said, if I would have answered the question that Nick Houseman answered, like asked me the other day, maybe we wouldn't be in this situation. And it's like, no. Punk literally came in the situation ready to go. And people are like, oh, maybe Nick Houseman asked that question there. There's 3 people who were at the scrum that literally said, no one asked a question about Colt Cabana. They didn't even ask a question. When Punk sat down and the first thing we heard was say, are any of you guys journalists? That literally was the first thing he said. It wasn't they asked a question off camera. People at the scrum, actual media at the scrum was like, no, he just sat down and started going. There was no before. He just sat down and started going. And he just went. And it was so insane. It just was so insane. And I was mad because I was like, damn it, we missed it and we couldn't put it on the podcast. But I'm glad we didn't because it went further than that. Yeah. It went further than that. But it's just so much like, it was like, also, other things in the media scrum was not only him saying something, somebody else took a shot at somebody, and I'm going to get into that way later in the podcast when we talk about that section, because somebody else went over and above and said some shit that like led to some shit online, but like got cleared up later that we're going to get to eventually. But this whole CM Punk thing got worse because after Punk left, went to the fucking back room, he went to the back room and all hell broke loose. I'm not even joking. All hell broke loose. You couldn't figure it out by watching the media scrum because everybody just kept coming up and doing their thing and like saying whatever. But all hell broke loose because Punk went back there. Him, Ace Steel's wife, and a couple other people went back to Punk's room. Now, we don't know if this was before or after Punk was diagnosed with a torn bicep. Yeah, that's right. Punk tore his bicep in the fucking match. So now Punk is automatically, before we get into anything else, is out for fucking 9 months. Torn bicep. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So he's in the room. Him, Larry the dog, fucking Ace Steel's wife, fucking bunch of other people in the room. Now, one report exaggeratedly said this wasn't an actual thing. They exaggeratedly said the Bucks and Kenny Omega came in and kicked down the door and they started stuff with CM Punk. Well, that was exaggerated because like you can't kick down one of the doors that they had. It was over exaggerated. So so the reports are kind of suggesting that Omega and the Bucks kind of forced their way into Punk's locker room because Punk said shit about them, was talking shit. So they get in the locker room and from multiple different accounts, all we don't know if it was something first or second. All we know is Punk punched Matt. Matt Jackson got punched. Then he got punched repeatedly. So Punk is going at it with Matt Jackson. Omega, in one of the stories, Omega apparently was picking up Larry the dog and trying to take him out of the room because for some reason Omega was trying to be a humanitarian in one of the stories. So with that being said, he came back to try to pull Punk off of Matt. This is from one of the stories. I'm just telling you from one side. He's trying to pull Punk off of Matt. And Ace Steel gets angry and starts pulling Omega's hair and bites him. Then somehow Ace Steel gets even madder and throws a chair and hits Nick Jackson and knocks him out. So that, like I said, that's one side of the story. The other side of the story was Matt and Nick and Omega came in and tried to rush Punk, and Punk was just defending himself. And because Ace Steel's wife was in there, Ace Steel got very agitated, was like, oh no, my wife has a broken foot and she's stuck in here, so I'm going to fuck you guys up any means necessary with biting and throwing chairs and also fucking just pulling hair. Because he, like, in the one story, he was defending his wife, so that's why he did all of the crazy shit. In the other story, he was defending Punk and still did crazy shit. The funny part about it is, like, after everything was over, Omega goes, I got bit. everybody literally goes, "Oh shit, Larry bit you. You need to go to the SPCA or something." He's like, "No, Ace still fucking bit me." Everybody's like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Yeah, Ace still fucking bit me. It was like, "Oh shit, that's crazy." It was fucking crazy. Like, this fucking fight, there's probably more details that come out, but this fight was fucking insane. Like, it just started out with, like they said, like a bunch of people have said, Punk threw the first punch at Matt because they came in there angry and he just like, I guess he felt attacked and he just like, fuck it, and just threw it at Matt. And they started brawling. And it was like, okay. I literally am at a loss for words at this whole entire thing.
Yeah. I mean, Punk did say at one point in the conference, so if you have a problem, come see me. So
that's the weird thing. Like, you literally said, come see me, and they came see you, and now we're having this altercation.
Yeah. Okay.
And the funny part is, you can watch the fucking shit like Scrum, and you can see like halfway through a bunch of security just like run out of the room and run to a different point in the fucking building. And then all of a sudden Jericho comes in, and like Jericho's in character doing his own thing. Mm-hmm. And Jericho, after he's done the Scrum, he leans over to Tony and says, "Yo, some shit happened. I think you need to handle this." And Tony was like, "What?" He was like, "I'm not going to say anymore, but it's some shit that happened. You need to handle this." And Tony, like, he did another like 5-10 minutes of the Scrum because he, like I said, he didn't know what was going on. So he just like, all right, fuck it, I'm just going to do this. But Jericho knew, because supposedly Jericho was one of the people who kind of calmed down what was going on. Now, Renegade, what questions do you have about this fucking altercation?
I don't know, because it's so much to unpack there. Like, Omega saving the dog, supposedly, Nick Jackson getting knocked out, the wife's leg fucked up, Ace still being there. Fucking, apparently there's more names there, because apparently fucking, what's his name? Christopher Daniels was there, and what's his name? Pat Buck was there too.
Yeah, because those were the people who were trying to calm down the situation after it got out of control.
Yeah.
Like, it was like most of the agents were backstage trying to calm it down. So like when people are like, "Oh, they were all there," and it's like, no, they were all there to calm it down. None of them were there just like, "Oh, we're backing up the Bucks or we're backing up Punk." They were there to try to calm this thing down and stop it from getting further than what it was. Like, they all got suspended. Like all of the backstage people got suspended. We're gonna get into more suspensions in a minute. But yeah, they all got caught up in this situation. But anything else?
No, I take whatever the hell you tell me. Like, I have no questions, because that's how insane this shit is. Normally I have something to ask, but this probably, all my years of watching wrestling, is probably the craziest thing I've witnessed.
Like, a lot of people have said that, but like, the funny part about that is like, and I can say this from like just being around, and you could probably say the same thing, is like, it's not the fact that this is the craziest thing that happened. This is the craziest thing that we had access to.
Yeah.
Like,
back in the day, we didn't have access to any of this shit.
Yeah, like fucking Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, like their situation, like when fucking Shawn ripped out Bret's hair and threw it on fucking Vince McMahon's desk. Like, we didn't know any of that shit happened until months later. We knew that Shawn got suspended, and we didn't know why until months later. No one knew the whole story. It was later on when we found out. This is like immediately 5 seconds after it happens. Like, yo, all of this happened, and this is what's going down. It's like, fuck. Like, it's like, because we have so much access to people, it's like, no matter what happens, we're going to figure shit out.
That's how this shit is nowadays. Like, all access.
Yes, it is fucking insane. And people are like, well, Vince wouldn't do this. Vince wouldn't do this. Vince wouldn't do this. There are reasons why Vince and Tony are like two completely separate people. Because Vince would have at the Scrum like kind of hit Punk or like said something or like shut down the whole thing very quickly. Tony is inexperienced. Tony doesn't know what to do. He's just sitting there because he's like, okay, I have no idea what to do. This is a crazy situation. I don't know how to shut down Punk without agitating him and also without looking bad. But from not doing anything, you look worse.
I kind of feel like not to talk shit about Tony and stuff like that. I kind of feel like he's kind of a people pleaser too, because I feel like he felt that as with if he said something, he would have upset Punk even more and whatever. And he seems like the type he doesn't want to get people upset with him.
Yes, because Tony's thing is he wants to be a nice guy. He wants everybody to be happy. He wants everybody to work together. He wants to be this like you said, a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And it's like he doesn't want to step on toes and be the aggressor and that evil person. He doesn't want to do that.
And in the business, you have to do that. Sorry to say.
That is a thing. But he, like I said, first off, it was live rounds. Things was going off as things were happening. So he didn't know how to like defuse the situation.
Yeah.
Like, you can see from the WWE media scrum, and I know people will be like, why are you comparing that? Because I'm going to show you this thing. WWE had a media scrum right after Castle Crashes. And you can see people were saying stuff, and it was one question that somebody asked. And Gunther looked over at Hunter and asked for permission to answer this question. And Hunter like nodded and was like, yeah, go ahead and answer. And he answered, and it was like, you can see that it was like, we have a strict, this is a thing we have to follow by. This is the boss. Whatever he says, go. If we can't answer this, then that's on you. We have to do this, we have to say this, and we have to play by the rules, and we're out. And it was like, you can see like, okay, there's a specific thing there. Like for AEW was like, nah, we're just gonna let you talk because like whatever can build to a storyline or this, like, you know, it's a thing, which is good. But also when somebody goes way off and just is angry and being a dick, you have to rein them in. And like, that's one thing that Tony hasn't learned yet, because no one has actually went off the rails and was a total dick until now. So now he has to figure out the next time is like, yo, chill. Like, he has to step up and be like, yo, chill. Just calm down.
Yeah. He needs like somebody to work with him to help him out with that. Like someone in the business, I guess, like what's his name? The guy from that was in ECW. I forget his name right now.
No. He needs him. Like, he needs him. He needs to put his foot down. Like he said in one of the meetings, like, I'm not going to give everybody access to me. And it's like, dog, put your foot down and just like say some shit. And like I said, this was the first time it happened. So it was like he was caught off guard and not knowing what to do. Now it's like, okay, I've seen the bad things that can happen. Now, next time I will put my foot down and fix shit. Like that's the result of what's happening here.
Yeah. I do like the way he handled it. So.
And one part when like Punk like literally shut down what Tony was saying, because Tony was trying to, like, he was talking to Nick Houseman trying to diffuse the situation, and Punk was like, it's not your fucking problem to talk about it. And Tony like kind of just like, okay, because you can see like he was literally in his brain trying to put together what the fuck is going on, because he literally was lost because no one asked about Colt Cabana. And he's so lost. He was like, he thought like, oh, he's gonna pull it back to wrestling and like we're gonna start to build to the story. He literally was there lost and he couldn't figure out what was going on. And that's why he kind of was like, I'm gonna let this ride out because I think he's gonna bring it back. But Punk kept going, and it was like, oh, I don't know what to do because he's not bringing it back.
It never got brought back.
Yeah, it was very weird. This whole situation was very weird.
It's to the point I don't even remember who came after him.
Man, yeah, Tony Storm came after him.
Okay.
And that's another story too.
Yeah.
Because they're interviewing Tony Storm, and Tony Storm is talking about the match. She's going all off on the match. And then somebody asks her about Thunder Rosa. And she goes, oh, Thunder Rosa, she's injured? Oh, okay. Well, when she's not injured, she could come back and wrestle me and do the job like she was supposed to. But, okay. And it was like, wow. Because, like, she really had some spice for, like, oh, whatever's going on with Thunder Rosa, she's not injured. Because she was like, she's injured? Okay.
What?
And you can see when Tony, like, when she said it, Tony Storm was like, yeah, okay. But when she's ready to come back from injury, like, she can do the job. And it's like, I was like, oh, there's some spice there. Like, that. Because I can kind of understand a small little bit of what Tony Storm is thinking, because it's like, this was supposed to be my moment. I was going to be crowned champion, and you're quote unquote faking an injury, because apparently she knows something that we don't know. And she was like, she thinks that she's faking an injury.
Yeah.
So that's why she's like, oh, well, that's news to me. And then it was this little thing online. I don't know where somebody got this from. Was like, oh, Thunder Rosa asked for a release. And her husband had to come out, was like, no, she didn't ask for a release. That's not it. And remember when I told you that Thunder Rosa had got injured and her manager was handling her shit and all of that?
Yeah, her social media, right?
Yeah, like this is starting to feel like she might want to leave. Because the way that was handled, and then like now with the husband talking about she doesn't want to release, and like somebody had said she wanted a release, it's starting to feel like there's more to this, like there's smoke to this fire of her wanting to leave.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, the bad part is like, I'm not against it, because the way she was treated in the title reign, it's like, yeah, I'm not against it.
Not against it at all.
Yeah. And like they had Swerve in Our Glory in the Scrum, and it was very weird that like they're talking to them about the tag team titles, and somebody in the Scrum asks Tony, hey Tony, because the Acclaim were like super over, did you ever think about calling an audible and having like the Acclaim win? And Swerve in Our Glory was kind of like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? And Tony was like, no, the right person, like the right people won. And then they was like, they kind of was like, what do you, like, why would, it was crazy because like the journalist literally asked him, was like, yo, don't you think like somebody else, like the Acclaim should have won? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you don't ask the champions that. And like, because of that, like little back and forth, that kind of sparked Tony kind of go like, well, you know, maybe there'll be another shot for the Acclaim, which is how he set up the Grand Slam match. Like, so that was like, okay, yeah, like that kind of came out nicely.
That was the only thing that came out nicely off of this, I think.
Yeah, and then like at the end of it, like Tony went on a fucking rant, and he was mad that WWE ran stuff during Labor Day, when he was like, I've been doing this for 3 years, this is year 4, and now all of a sudden they want to run stuff during Labor Day, that like try to cut stuff out of my pocket, like that's insane. And a lot of people, even like some of his close people, were like, dude, like WWE shit was owned on a network where it's like $5. People are still gonna pay $50 for your shit. Like, it's a network. Like, it's like not the same as paying money to see yours.
Yeah, he made more money.
And then, like, another thing, there was like one of the reasons that Castle Crisis was around the same time was because that was the only day WWE can get the UK show. Like, and them doing the fucking NXT show, they did it earlier in the day, so no one would like not miss All Out.
Yeah.
So like it was like he was angry, and he was talking about how he wants to keep AEW alive, and he doesn't want it to fall into the hands of like somebody like WWE, and he's like he's not gonna take shit from them. And it's like, okay, like, yeah, no, like, we're not, like, it's not a bad thing. Like, yeah, like, stand up for yourself, I guess. Mm-hmm.
it was like a whatever thing. Like, didn't bother me, but okay, you're getting tough, whatever.
Yeah, because it was like, you're getting tough for no reason, because, like, nothing happened where you were like, oh, I need to fire back and say shit to WWE. And it's like, nothing happened. Like, they didn't come at you. They didn't say, oh, fuck AEW, we're trying to bury them. No one said anything. So it was like a weird situation where he got mad at them and wanted to, like, set the record straight. And it's like, okay, like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, because I feel like if he really wanted to be a dick, he'll put the show on at the same time.
Yeah, and like a lot of people that like heard like Tony's references was like, yeah, it's not a big deal because like they didn't do anything to stop anything that was happening at All Out.
Yeah.
And like even though like All Out wasn't as good as it was, everything that happened after All Out was fucking newsworthy, and that's all everybody talked about.
Yeah, nobody's talking about WWE.
Exactly. Like everybody's talking about this fight and like this shit that happened.
Yeah.
And that led into Dynamite. And the first thing you notice on Dynamite is the opening.
I didn't notice it. I'll be honest.
I know. The opening opened up. There was no Bucks, there was no Omega, and there was no Punk. None of them. Nobody was on. Not a goddamn one of them. They're all suspended. They're gone. Cut out of the fucking intro. They're gone. So what I've heard is they're all suspended. Punk, the Bucks, Omega, Pat Buck, Christopher Daniels, Michael Nakazawa, somebody else. It was one more person, but it's all of these people fucking suspended.
Yeah.
It's okay. But they're gone. So then that's when we get into the good stuff. So then Dynamite starts, and the first thing you see is MJF. Well, no, that's not the first thing you see. First thing you see, yes, the second thing. First thing you see that's covered in boobs. Like, Tony Khan gets booed as soon as he shows up on screen. And he says that he vacates the AEW title and the AEW's Trios title. And later on, Death Triangle and Best Friends will be fighting for the Trios title. He didn't explain what happened. He didn't say who was suspended. He didn't say shit. He just said the vacated titles and this is what's happening. And the AEW title will be defended in a tournament. There will be a tournament and the winner will be crowned at Grand Slam. And the brackets are Hangman versus Bryan Danielson, Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. And the winner of Hangman versus Bryan Danielson will face Chris Jericho next week. The winner of Sammy and Darby will face Jon Moxley next week. And then the week after, the title will be put on the line in Grand Slam. So that is a thing.
I would love to see someone who watched the pay-per-view, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like doesn't frequent like online and whatever, so they didn't know any of this shit that happened. Come in Wednesday and see that shit, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and nobody mentioned the Bucks, Omega, or Page. I mean, or Punk. And the funny part about it, it feel like it was retcon. It just feel like everything was retcon. Like whatever happened on Sunday didn't happen.
Exactly.
Like none of that exists. It was like, no, this is just retcon. Because that's how they made it feel for like even people who watch it and know everything. It was like, oh, this is a retcon. You have no idea what's going on. It's like, what the fuck? Okay. All right, bet.
That's 100%.
Yeah. And then MJF comes out. And MJF comes out in his hometown. And like, you fucking knew what was going on. Like, you fucking knew. Like, soon as he came out, I fucking knew everything that was going on. Because he came out in a Bills jersey. He came out in, like, super fanboys. And, like, you know, everybody's happy to see him. First off, because they're in Buffalo. And second off, because he's been away for so long.
Yeah.
And it was like, everybody was happy. And he starts cutting this kind of a face promo. And you're like, it's like immediately you knew exactly what was going on. It's like, this is bullshit. Like, this is complete bullshit.
Although, with the retcon, though, it kind of made me wonder. Would they make him a face? But
yeah, like, the funny part is, like, I didn't even question it. I was like, yep, this is bullshit. The funny part, it was like, I was waiting until he just, like, turned on the people. Because, like, I was waiting. I was like, he's going to turn on the people. And I feel like if Moxley didn't show up, he would have turned on the people.
Yeah.
So Moxley gets in the ring. And then that's when MJF shows his true colors. Like, he starts talking shit and he starts going with the whole WWE narrative. Now, how do you feel? Because there's a lot of people who are super angry about it because of what's happening right now. They're angry with the fact that MJF keeps referencing WWE like WWE is like the bigger leagues and is bigger and better than them. And like, that shouldn't be happening right now, especially with all the turmoil. We should all be one in unity instead of going with this whole WWE is better than us type thing. How do you feel?
I understand that, and I agree to a certain point, but then there's MJF's character. You know, MJF's character would do the shit like that. Like, he gives no fucks. You know what I mean? Like, what we see with, with Punk in real life, that's MJF's character to a certain point.
But yeah, I understand. Listen, I totally get that. But the thing is, like, you're making your company look bad, which your company is already looking bad from the fight and everything that's going down backstage. It's already looking bad. Now you're making your company look like the second company, like the worst company, because the guy who's this big superstar keeps talking about going to WWE, talking about he's gonna bring the title to Cody and fucking Triple H. Like, the whole thing just makes it seem like so, you know, just so shitty, especially like right now.
Yeah. I mean, if he winds up winning the title and then don't basically work, good point.
Like, it's just like, to me, like, I don't care because, like, I don't care. Like, I really don't give a shit. Because, like, no matter what it's like, no matter what's happening, like, nothing's a real story unless it's a real story. So I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit because it's not like, none of this is real. Like, none of this is real. It's fucking fairy tales and make-believe. It's not real. So I don't take none of the shit that he's saying as like face value in something there. But like I said, in the perception of somebody outside, the perception of wrestling fans, it makes it seem like they're the fucking second-rate company, which I agree, like that shit does. But like I said, it doesn't affect me. Like I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, it's nothing really to get all worked up about.
No. That's not what I mean. It is, like I said, it is something to get worked up about, because like if your company does look like shit, then you're putting yourself in a bad position. That is a thing.
Okay.
But like to me, it does, like nothing matters, because I don't care. Like I don't really care. Like none of this MJF stuff like matters to me. Like him being like this WWE like wannabe guy and leaving fucking AEW because it sucks. It doesn't matter to me, because it's a storyline, and probably the longer and longer it goes, to me, he's just gonna fucking stay in AEW anyway.
Yeah. Like
I don't see him actually leaving, because like the beginning it's like, oh, maybe there's a small chance of him leaving. Now it's months later, it's like there's no chance of him leaving. It's just him being a dick. Like even when shit gets later, it's like it's just him being a dick. So it doesn't matter to me. Yes, it makes it like AEW looks like the second smallest company. Yeah, it does, but it doesn't matter to me, because I'm gonna watch anyway, and I don't give a fuck. Like everybody else, like the casuals, the Normans, just be like, oh shit, like that fucking sucks. Like WWE is better. Maybe I should go watch that. Like that's a thing that could happen. But like I said, to me, it doesn't matter, because I don't give a fuck, because I'm going to watch anyway.
Yeah.
And like, you can tell, like, it even pissed off Moxley, because Moxley is like, yo, this is not the time for that bullshit. Like, yeah, Moxley even said it to him, was like, it's not the time for that bullshit. Because it's like, we're in turmoil. We're in a bad situation. Why are you doing this right now? Like, we don't need this shit. And then Moxley cut one fucking hell of a promo about how he should be the champion, how he puts his company on his back, how this company needs to get back together, how we need to fix shit and come back together, and this is our thing. We need to get this shit right. And it was just like, yeah, I felt that promo, because it was like, yeah, like he's really talking about what needs to happen. Like this feels like something that should have been directed at the locker room, but it was directed at all of us as AEW fans. It was like, oh, yeah, like we all need to get back together. We need to focus on what's real and what this is. This is the business. We need to focus on the title, and you should be champion. It felt like all of this is just the way it should go.
They should never did.
Yes, they shouldn't. But the little interaction with MJF and Moxley is telling me they're going with Moxley and MJF at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because all of the stuff that went down, people, just to remind you, all of the stuff that went down, MJF did win that coin. 1, MJF is number 1 contender. 2, and also MJF knows how it feels to be Wardlow. Because when Wardlow had the biggest moment of his fucking career, MJF and his bullshit stepped all over it. And Wardlow even mentioned that. Wardlow even fucking mentioned that on a fucking interview earlier in the week. Wardlow said, yo, that was supposed to be my moment, but all of the shit that was going down with Max, it fucking hurt my buzz. It hurt my fucking moment. It hurt everything that was going on with me. And he was like, I kind of don't forgive Max for that. And like, I agree, that did hurt him. And then turn right around, MJF has his big moment, his big return, his big surprise. It gets hurt by Punk having a fight with the fucking Bucks. And like, that's all everybody's talking about. No one is talking about MJF's return. No one's talking about the Serpent and the Devil. No one's talking about it. They're only talking about Punk, the Bucks, and fucking Omega.
Karma's a bitch, eh?
Yeah, it's a real bitch. It fucked him good. But yeah, I'm calling it now. Moxley versus MJF at the pay-per-view. Calling it.
I swear, like the chip or whatever, like wasn't like Money in the Bank where he could call his shot whatever the hell he wanted. That's exactly what he said. But it was just certain place, certain time.
That's the thing, though. The way he worded it was like he worded it like it was Money in the Bank. He worded it like it was, but it's not.
Yeah.
So like that's what weirded me out. It was like he was like I could do this at any time, and it's like this isn't Money in the Bank. You don't cash in like that. Like you have to set. Like you can have it at any time, which I mean you can say I want to have a title match this day, which is any time because somebody did that on a non-pay-per-view show. Like they have done that before.
Okay.
So like
for example,
it's not
he
like
could say, I want to face you at Full Gear.
Yeah, if he says I want to face you at Full Gear, then that's a thing. He can have that. If somebody is like, I want to face you next week on fucking Dynamite, it happens. Like it has to happen because they have the contract and like, yeah, you can't just go in there like the day of and be like, yeah, I'm fighting you right now. You can't do that. You can tell them I can fight you this day or I can fight you this day. And like, what would to me, what would be really fucking fun if MJF next week goes, you know what? I'm gonna fight the champion that night at fucking Grand Slam. He says, if he said something like that, that would be funny.
That would, because that champion will be tired as hell.
Yeah, because the champion would have to have a long match with whoever they fight in the finals, and then fight MJF later on in the night. So yeah, that would be hilarious.
Perfect.
Speaking of championships, the trios titles and a fucking trios match that was kind of a banger.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a banger. It was the Best Friends versus the Triangulo de la Muerte.
That's the fact he said in Spanish.
And the funny part is like you wanted the Best Friends to win because you're like, they're a team, they should win. And Pac already has a belt. But the funny part is like I see something coming out of this that I'm like, oh shit, that makes sense. So
they start calling him Tupac now?
Yes. Here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Triangulo de la Muerte won. They're the champions. Now Tupac has 2 belts. But what I see coming after this is he was beefing with Orange Cassidy before this.
Yeah.
So now he's going to still be beefing with Orange Cassidy. So Orange Cassidy might take the North Atlantic Championship.
Yeah, I don't like that.
All right, now. So then we get a Dark Order backstage segment. And Jose, who works for Andrade family office compound, and he's trying to buy 10. He's trying to buy 10. Now, here's the funny part. He's trying to buy 10. Andrade and Ruth show up, and they give 10 a new crutch. But I know you can't see 10's face, but you can read his eyes in his movement. And you're like, Because I feel like, he might join the office.
I feel that too.
Yeah, it feels like something feels off there. So yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah. Now, do you think he's gonna drop the whole mask gimmick? He joins them, or
yes, I do see that because, like, first off, the way that the mask was positioned on his face, and also his, like, you can see his like chin hairs. It's like, yeah, that's a thing.
Oh.
So then we have a little backstage thing where they're showing like all of the stuff for the women's title, and we see Britt and Jamie have this dispute, and Jamie's angry at Britt. She doesn't even want to talk to Britt, and she leaves. And a lot of people have said we should have Jamie in the BBC. And I'm like, that actually makes sense.
Interesting.
Yes. So then we had a women's match. Penelope Ford against Toni Storm, the new champion. And they had a match, and Toni won with a fucking DDT. And the match was over. Like, the match was over. Like, they had a match. Toni won with a DDT. It was over. Nobody came out to challenge Toni. There was, like, no new number one contender. There was no hints of anybody that she's going to face. It just was over.
Next segment. That's what they did.
Yeah. So then we get 2.0, and they get challenged by Action Bronson and Hook at Grand Slam. So it's going to be a tag match. So then we get the biggest heel of the night besides Tony Khan, because the Acclaim come out. And before I get to the Acclaim, Seth Rollins put out this tweet about all of this good wrestling this weekend. And in the tweet, he said the Acclaim versus Swerve in Your Glory.
Because everybody loves the Acclaim.
Yes. Even people in WWE that is named Seth Rollins. And he tweeted this out. He didn't take the tweet down. The tweet is still up. Seth Rollins put over an AEW tag match. Yeah. Yeah, Seth was watching, thought it was awesome. So, yeah. And it's very funny. Like, it's very funny. Like, you can tell, like, we're in the new age of WWE where, like, people are just, like, actually, like, just, hey, fuck it, we're watching another show. Who cares?
Yeah. Like, old era wouldn't get.
Right?
Yeah.
So the Acclaim is about to say a rap. We're all anticipating it because we're like, all the shit that went down, we want to hear what Max Caster has to say. We want to hear what he's got to say. But Swerve comes out and interrupts. And Daddy Ass said, this isn't Swerve's house. This is Daddy Ass's house. And they basically just tease more of the tag match coming up and Grand Slam. So that was it. It was like, it literally was, there was no match or anything. It just was a segment. That's what fucked me up. I was like, they're going to have a match, right? It's like, no, they just were going to do a segment. Like, holy shit.
The funny part, like, I actually was invested, like, oh, it was Max going to say, oh, you fucking ruined it. And then I thought when we come back from commercial, maybe a 1-on-1 match or something. Nothing. And I'm like, fuck it. And then in my head, like, I come to the realization, like, what the fuck was the point then?
Right? So then we have a Jericho promo. It's Jericho, Anna Jay, Sammy, and Ty. And they're all talking because Jericho's saying that Sammy is going to win his match next week. No, on Rampage, he's going to win his match on Rampage, and Daniel Garcia is going to win his match there. Jericho's talking about Ponce de Leon, and he said Ponce de Leon found the fountain of youth, but Corazon de Leon has found the fountain of youth. And it was like, you know, I didn't know that Ponce de Leon was a lion also.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I didn't know it when he said Lionheart in Spanish, and then I was like, that sounds very similar to Ponce de Leon. I'm like, wait, what? They're lions? What the fuck? Yeah.
Fuck you up, huh?
Yep.
And you're the one that speaks better Spanish than me, so go figure.
Yes. And the funny part is, like, Jericho's cutting his promo, and then all of a sudden Sammy just starts looking at himself and, like, checking himself out and checking Ty out. It's like, yeah, we're sexy. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, none of that had anything to do with anything. It was just like he was not paying attention to Jericho.
It wasn't.
Like, I was just so confused. So then we had Wardlow versus Tony Nese. Wardlow beat the shit out of Tony in these 5 seconds. Then Josh Woods comes out. He gets his ass beat too. Fucking Mark Sterling gets his ass beat. And Wardlow cuts his promo and is like, he's tired of all the shit online and everybody's talking about how he's not over and how he's falling apart and he's not this. This is Wardlow rebuilding himself and this is Wardlow's world. And I'm like, him saying all that, nothing in my heart was like, oh my God, he's gonna be better and bigger and faster. It was like nothing. It just was like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do? You're not in the world title tournament. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go for the world title? Do it. Like you said you were gonna do. You said you were gonna do it when fucking Moxley and Punk had the interim titles. He was like, yeah, when they figure this shit out, I'm gonna go for the world title. Well, do it, bitch. Do it. Do it. You want to change the perception of Wardlow? Do it. Fucking go for the world title. Be better.
Yeah.
Because right now you're just doing nothing but powerbombing a bunch of people and doing dumb shit that nobody cares about. Like 6 months ago, yeah, everybody would have cared about it. Now, no one gives a shit. Yeah, no, we don't care. We don't care. Rebuild yourself. Get better. Like, do that. If you don't and just keep doing the same shit you're doing, no one's going to care even more. Thanks.
Once again, the promo was a good promo. Good, not great. He needs to drop the Wardlow's world.
Yeah, he needs to stop that. So then we had Bryan Danielson versus Hangman 3. The only thing that like kind of weirded me out about this was they put Hangman in it. Nothing against Hangman. The only reason I'm saying it weirded me out is like the whole Punk thing, angry about Hangman, whatever. It's like you just decide, fuck it, I'm just gonna put Hangman in this. And it's like, okay. And Bryan beat him with like a roll up. And that was great because Bryan has never beat Hangman. Hangman beat him twice. So yeah, I'm all right with that.
I'm surprised like they didn't take the whole situation. They didn't just spin Hangman, even though he didn't have nothing to do with it physically. His name was out.
No, like I'm okay with them not suspending him. The only thing I'm not okay with is the tournament. It's like the tournament, you put a bunch of people in it that like completely suck. I mean, not completely suck, but like it was no wild cards where you're like, oh my God, this guy's in the tournament. He could win. Like Wardlow could have been in the tournament.
Yeah.
You could have his in the tournament. But you have like Sammy, Darby, and everybody else has been champions before. And it's like, I'm not excited to see anybody be champion except for Bryan. Like Hangman's out, Bryan won. So I'm excited to see Bryan win. Anybody else is like, nah, I don't really care. Or Moxley, because Moxley has already been there.
Yeah. Maybe Jericho, due to the fact that he defeated the whole thing. Kind of like a consolation prize thing for him.
No, I don't want Jericho to win shit, dude. I want it to be old. Like, I want somebody new. So, yeah. Speaking of somebody new, we had Jungle Boy Jack Perry, who was angry and like he wants to kick Luchasaurus's ass. And he can't wait till Christian heals up so he can beat the shit out of him. I'm not gonna lie, this was the most personality and most intensity I've ever seen in Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and it made me go, I kind of care about him. Not a lot, just kind of.
Wait till he drops the Jungle Boy, and they'll care.
Yes. So then we get Stokely Hathaway and his crew, and they're out. And some guy tries to wrap him up. Like, they literally just been out there for 5 seconds. Stokely's like, I'm the king of the ladder match. And then this dude wraps him up and is like, hey, you guys got to stop this. We're wrapping you up. And dude winds up getting his ass beat by, like, the Ass Boys and fucking W. Morrissey kicks him in the face. He's like, okay, yeah. Like, that's how I feel about it.
We go in, and Moriarty was there too.
Yes. So then we get on Rampage, we're gonna have Claudio Castagnoli versus Dax Hardwood, which I'm actually looking forward to. I'm super looking forward to that.
I hope it's good.
Yes. So then we had the main event. West Side Gun comes out and he's spitting because he's from Boston, the same place where Daniel Garcia is from. And Daniel Garcia comes out with West Side Gun. Daniel Garcia gets in the ring. And then Wheeler Yuta comes out. This match was really, really good. This match was really, really good. I just hate the fans that were in this match. And you want to know why I hate the fans in this match?
Why?
Because every time, like, the Pure Championship has rules. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. And it's like, okay, yes. So when the announcers announce everything that you couldn't do, the fans start booing. They're like, boo. It's like, shut up. Shut up. Like, why do you not know how this is done? We've had like 10 Pure Rules matches. Yeah, but we don't like it on our TV. Like, put it on Ring of Honor. It's a good match. Like, just shut up. It's good. Every time they announce the rules, boo. It's like, come on, stop. Like, that was the only thing that pissed me off.
They were brawling.
Yeah, like, it was stupid, but this was a great technical match. And Garcia put the sharpshooter on fucking Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
Yuta tapped out, and Daniel Garcia won. And when he won, Bryan Danielson came down to shake his hand. Wheeler Yuta shook his hand, but Bryan Danielson shook Daniel Garcia's hand and put the belt on him. And if you notice, Wheeler Yuta kind of like, what the fuck? And slid out of the ring while it was happening. So Wheeler Yuta might be turning because Jericho also came down and was like, what is going on? What's happening? So Daniel Garcia might be going to the BBC, but Wheeler Yuta could be going to the Jericho Jerk-Off Society.
But until that night, I did not see that coming.
Me neither. But like, yeah, I'm all for that. Like, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then, like, I'm not going to go into the Rampage spoilers, but I'm going to say this one thing. Because some people that were there during the Dynamite taping, the Rampage tapings, they were like, yo, when Tony Khan came out to do the thing in between Rampage and Dynamite, Tony Khan got booed. So, yeah.
He's hated now.
Yeah, he's hated because of what happened. So, yeah, we're gonna work backwards because we're gonna go to NXT next. So, NXT was, I honestly don't know. Like, this was like a weird show, and I know we just like came off of Worlds Collide, but this was like a weird show. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, this seemed like just a random show. It wasn't like, I don't know. It just like seemed off some points.
You know what it felt like to me?
Mm-hmm.
You know that weird transition when you like from WrestleMania to like another pay-per-view and whatever, where like it's great, then all of a sudden it's like a sleeper period. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, it felt off. Because it started out with Tyler Bate, and he got confronted by Gallus Boys on top. And he got confronted, and I'm like, okay, well, who's going to come out to help him? And out of everybody that could have came out and helped him, Bron Breakker came out and helped him.
That was weird.
That was very weird. And Braun said, hey, Tyler, let's team up so we can face these guys later. That was also weird.
we'll get into it, but like I feel like it should have happened. So go ahead.
It felt like Trent. It felt like Trent Seven should have been there. But, like that should have been something that should have happened. But Trent's he's not there anymore.
Yeah. Or Pete Butch, whatever the hell you want to call him.
Yeah. So then we get Pretty Deadly, and they have the 2 sets of tag titles. And Lash Legend comes up, and they give her the UK tag titles, and they take the NXT tag titles, and they're angry because they're champions. I'm so lost. They're angry, and they're like, "Yeah, we won the titles, but like, we don't get respect." And it's like, okay, what? It's very weird.
I was confused. Like, I understood it was the fact that someone was talking shit about them. That's what I.
Yeah, like they don't get respect. That's what pissed me off. It was like, but who talked shit about you? And once they get to the last person that supposedly talked shit about you, you're like, wait, what? Because they actually challenged these people.
In your words, insane.
Yes. So then we have Miko Satomura in the back, and Roxanne talks to her. But then Miko walks a little further, and Cora Jade says, "Hey, me and you, I want to wrestle you." And Miko was like, "I already have a match with Roxanne." So Cora's now pissed off, like, "Marr!" So then we get a tag team match. Toxic Extraction versus Doudrop and Nikki Ash. They actually have beef because of what happened at Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, they have this beef, so they're gonna have this match, and Toxic Extraction gets the win. They get a win against Nikki.
I was kind of hoping that
I was too. Like, I really was, because I'm like, okay, they can stay down here for a while, do some things. Things will be fun. Wait, no, Nikki Ash and Doudrop got the win. I totally misremembered it. Yeah, they got the win. So, yeah, like, so they might be staying down here.
Yeah.
So then we get an Apollo Crews thing. His eye is red because he's been poked in the eye so much, and he can't get visions of the future. Oh no, that's crazy. What? I really don't care.
But like, he might embrace a new family after this.
Okay, which family?
I don't know, like ism, fire.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what either one of those words mean. I'm just throwing them out there.
Okay. So then we had a one-on-one match that was pretty good. It was Wesley versus JD McDonough. And JD gets the win, where you're like, oh shit, he wasn't going to get the win, and he just pulls out this fucking back suplex that he does, the devil inside, which he calls something else now, which I'm not calling it that.
No, they called it the devil inside that night.
But it's the devil inside.
Yeah. The devil, it used to be the devil but now it's the devil.
I like the devil inside. So then we get Pretty Deadly, and they bump into Tony D'Angelo and Tony's friend, and they're like, "Hey, the fuck, you guys were talking shit about us?" I was like, "No, we were talking shit about you. We beat your ass in your face." Okay, all right, we're gonna leave. All right, and I was like, "Okay, that didn't make any fucking sense. Like, what was the point there? It didn't make no goddamn sense."
Were they already drinking tea before they showed up?
Yes, they were. They were.
Okay.
And they tried to give the tea to Pretty Deadly, and they spit it out. So then we had Miko Satomura versus Roxanne. And Miko Satomura beat Roxanne, but this was really good because it's like you could see Miko Satomura's like skill set, and you could see Roxanne's skill set, and you could see how like, yeah, this was awesome.
What?
So after the match, Cora Jade ran in the ring, attacked Roxanne, and then Miko showed up and was like, "I'm gonna kick your ass if you keep fucking with her." And of course, Cora ran off.
So that's a future match, of course?
Yeah, like Cora is gonna have a match with Roxy, and she's gonna have a match with Miko. So she's gonna get both matches. So good for Cora. We have a backstage with Braun and Tyler Bate, and they say, "You know what? We're gonna work together and beat Gallus." So then we get a Damian Kemp sit down, and he says he's been pulling strings this whole time. Wow, where did I hear that from? So then he says something that I didn't know. He says he beat Julius when they were doing freestyle wrestling in high school. I was like, wait, what? Like, I didn't even know you guys, like, well, not high school, in college or something. I was like, wait, I didn't even know you guys even knew each other before this. That blew my mind, actually.
Nice continuity with it.
Yeah. So then we had Ricochet versus Trick Williams. And that was a match. But of course Ricochet won. But then we go to the back and we see, what is her name? Not Tatum Paxley. What is Kiana James? Kiana James, and she walks up to the Schism, and the Schism is trying to recruit her. And in the background, this is the second time in the background, there's a guy with a hood on that keeps walking up to the Schism. And I'm trying to see who this person is. Like, I'm saying it's a guy is probably, like, it is a guy probably. But, like, this is the second time. They have a backpack on and a red hoodie, and you can see in the background that he's talking to Schism. And I'm trying to figure out who the fuck is it? Who is it? Like, who is this person?
Here's the funny part. I made the Apollo joke, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm actually joking because that seems too obvious. Because, like, they all have the eye thing, including Apollo. So he seems like a sort of fit for them right now. But it's a red herring. Like, that's not Apollo.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not Apollo. Like, I was gonna say a name and it's just like way out there, but I was gonna say Leo Rush. Like I said, this is way out there. But it's it's somebody. It's not who we think it is. It's somebody. And that's why I'm like, it's gotta be like somebody wild like Leo Rush.
If Leo Rush thinks that he would have like that black heart gimmick that he had in the Indies,
I hope so.
I would love that.
So then we get Tony D'Angelo's in the back, and all of a sudden, he's confronted by Cameron Grimes. And him and Cameron Grimes are talking, and he's telling Cameron Grimes he sucks, he should do better, he should get some friends, you want to join up with us? And Cameron Grimes like, no, baby, I don't want to join up with y'all. And then he throws coffee on 2 dimes, or 2 stacks, or 2 whatevers, and they start fighting, and Tony D'Angelo beats the shit out of Cameron Grimes. And it's like, dude, Cameron Grimes sucks now.
Yeah, he's basically everybody's punching bag, right?
Basically. We get a preview for some girl named Sola Rico. She's coming. And then we get a Creed Brothers promo, and they're in the back, and they're talking shit because they're mad at Damian Kemp. And then Pretty Deadly comes up, and they're like, you were talking shit about us? And he's like, no. Well, we want to put our titles on the line against you guys next week. What? Yeah. Huh? I was so baffled.
But we weren't talking shit about you. I don't care.
Like it was because they literally was like, we wasn't talking shit about you because we got our own thing going on, and they just like decided to put the titles on next week. So I'm like, why?
Made no sense.
None. So then we get the first out of 3 matches between Axiom and Nathan Frazier, and it was a good match. Nathan Frazier winds up winning. It was all right, match.
I had no idea. Like, begin this match with this match. 3.
Yeah, I didn't either. So then we see the guy who's messing with the security guy, which, like, I can't wait till they wrestle so we can stop having these dumbass backstage segments. So the security guy's messing with I forgot his goddamn name. I'm gonna call him Julius or something. That's not his name. It's something with a J. Whatever. So then we get to the main event.
Wrong show.
Which is Gallus Boys versus Tyler Bate and Braun Breaker. And it was a dope match. Tyler and Braun win, and Tyler gets attacked by Jordan Devlin.
I feel like there should have been a betrayal from Braun.
No. What I felt like should have happened, which I would have loved, was Tyler Bate like leaves, gives Braun his moment in the sun. Like, yeah, no, you're the champion. You stand here and do whatever. Braun stands there, and then like somebody new out of nowhere just attacks the shit out of Braun and leaves him laying. Like, that's what I would have wanted. Like, so Tyler could be like far away from the situation they already wrestled, and then just like Braun just gets this new challenger who's just not normal.
And they're like rewinding back to JD.
A kid?
Huh?
You said a kid?
No, I said they're rewinding back to JD.
Yeah. I just like, cause I just feel like Braun needs somebody new, and if they're going with JD McDonough versus Braun, we just had that.
Yeah.
Like, just come on, like we need something totally different, like something totally different, all new, all different. Let's do that.
All Atlantic.
Who?
All Atlantic.
I mean, yeah. So that was next, or NXT. So Raw was a thing, and it started off with Edge. And Edge is pissed off at Dominic Mysterio. He's pissed. He wants to kill Dominic. He says, Dominic, you suck. You need to get your shit together. I'm going to fuck you up. And then Ray's like, hey, man, listen, he's just a little bit misguided. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That's my son. And Edge is like, well, I'm going to kill your son. I swear to God, he said that. I swear he said that.
I think he actually did say that, to be honest with you.
And so, as saying that, then Rhea Ripley shows up, and she's talking shit, and then all of a sudden, the manager of that Applebee's that I go to shows up.
Wow.
Dude, come on, you're telling me that Dom with this new fucking hairdo and fucking sweater vest look like he's a goddamn manager at fucking Applebee's?
No, he actually like had a swagger to me. Like, I actually kind of like it.
Dude, like, he needs to change his shit up. Like, he needs to change his shit up because he looks like a fucking manager for Applebee's. That's all I'm saying. Like, he does have the demeanor, everything, like, his facial expressions, his swagger. Yeah, he has that. His gear, Applebee's.
Like, the hair kind of reminds me, like, Eddie word like that at one point.
Yeah, but I just want him to change up his gear, look different, look fucking different. Like that shit just does not work for me.
You see what his wrestling gear looks like.
Yeah, we'll find out soon. So then we get Edge attacked by the Judgment Day, and Ray ran off because he doesn't want to hurt his son. And this is what fucks me up. Edge gets stomped by the Judgment Day with they kind of try to quote unquote Pillmanize his leg, and Edge gets taken to a local hospital. Fine. Later on, I'll tell you why I think that's stupid. Like, that was very stupid of them, but this is what WWE wanted to do. I didn't like it. Like, I know why they did it that day, because it was, like, to eliminate some stuff for later, but, like, yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay.
So, then we had Ciampa and Miz, and they're coming through the parking lot, the most dangerous place in the world, and a car was upside down. I wonder who could have flipped the car upside down. Well,
do that.
Then we have a tag team match. The winners of this tag team match, 4-way, become number 1 contenders for the Usos. So this match is going, and all of a sudden in the middle of the match, both of the New Day get tagged in. And the New Days have watched old Raws because they did a New Age Outlaws.
I even pointed it out. I'm like, isn't it the Outlaw rule?
Yes, and that became a rule that got put in place that you cannot do that. It's like, oh shit. So yeah, they totally were about to pin each other, and everybody's like, wait, you can't do that. So everybody beats the shit out of them, and then like the match keeps going, and then all of a sudden, Braun shows up. It was weird, very weird.
Like it took the.
Yeah, like I just want to know why the tag team match. Like, why that match?
Hasn't he done this before?
Yes, but like this was like a tag team match. Like, we're trying to rebuild the tag division, and you have Braun just kill everybody. It was stupid to me.
Maybe Nicholas is gonna re-debut.
Yeah, and like I didn't like it at all. So then we had after that Ash Drop versus the tag team champions Bad and Bougie. Yes, Raquel Gonzalez or Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah are called Bad and Bougie. Yeah. So then we get an interview with Rey Mysterio, and Rey's like, I'll take on anybody in the Judgment Day, just not Dom. I can't face Dom. I'm sorry.
He didn't even say it, not even Dom. Like, it should have been Dom.
Yeah, it should have been, but he didn't want to face him because that's my son. Oh no. So then we get an Austin Theory promo. Austin Theory, this is very funny because he keeps fucking up the lines. And like, normally it would be like, oh my God, he's fucking up the lines because he's just fucking up the lines. But he immediately after he fucks up the second line, he grabs his chin and goes, it's because that damn Tyson Fury punched me that I can't get my words right. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, on the fly, you pulled that together. And this wasn't like, oh, he was fucking him up because he was supposed to. He was fucking up. So when he fucked up the second time, he pulled it together, was like, it's my chin. That's why. And I was like, oh my God, this kid is good.
Okay, I didn't realize that wasn't like part of the script.
Yeah, it wasn't scripted. He did that on his own. And I like that. So Kevin Owens comes out, and Kevin Owens starts talking shit. And one of the things he said was like he hates a manipulative liar that talks bullshit. And people were like, oh, he was aiming at Austin Theory. Everybody else, because of the tweet that he put out the night before, that was definitely directed at Punk. That was definitely, that one line that he put in there was directed at Punk.
Yeah.
Because Punk had said a line about something about main eventing and not drawing a dime and talking shit, and especially what went down with the Bucks. And you know, Kevin is cool with the Bucks. Kevin Owens, right after all of that shit went down, Kevin Owens immediately tweeted a picture of him versus Stone Cold in the main event of WrestleMania. Yeah. So, yeah, Punk, the guy who never could main event a WrestleMania, and then Kevin Owens, who got the dream match that Punk wanted, and also main evented WrestleMania with that dream match. So, yeah. Yeah. Kevin is great.
Yeah.
And also, Kevin is really great in this match because him and Austin had a really fucking dope match. Theory, that is. And he hit Theory with the stunner and the pop-up powerbomb and got the win. So Theory is looking more and more like he's going to cash in, and when eventually he cashes in.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. So then we have Miz getting ready, and Tommaso Ciampa is talking to Miz, and Sarah Schreiber comes up and she's like, hey, what's your strategy for the night? You're going to be locked in a cage with Bob Lash. And he's like, I'm not going to tell you my strategy. What's wrong with you? Don't you belong over somewhere else? And she was like, no, I'm here. Whatever. And like, I like the fact that he pointed out that she was from SmackDown because that played into something later on. And I like that. That was like a little small thing. It was like, that's cohesiveness, and like it's a little telling for people. I got it.
Okay.
So then we get Damage Control out. Damage Control is talking shit. Bianca Belair comes out, and Bayley basically says, if I don't get you, Io's gonna get you, or Dakota's gonna get you, but we're gonna take that title off of you. And they also said that next week it's going to be Damage Control versus Bad and Bougie for the tag team titles. Dun, dun, dun.
Hopefully the right thing happens.
Yeah, I have a weird feeling that like something is going to happen. Finally. So then we get a Johnny Gargano promo. Johnny Gargano's talking, and Theory comes up, was like, you shouldn't be called Johnny Wrestling. You should be called Johnny Talking, because you don't do nothing but talk. And then Johnny was like, it's funny that you say that, because next week, I'm going to wrestle. And Theory was like, He did a little growl, because he was mad, because he couldn't piss him off.
He did growl, too. How about that?
So then we get Rey Mysterio versus Damian Priest. And of course, this is a okay match. I mean, we've seen this match like a bunch of times, but like now it's got the Dominic effect, and Rey's looking at Dom, just, why won't you come home, Dom? Please come home. And Dom's like, nope, I don't care. I have a woman now. Because just like all the other Mysterios, we date Aussies. And Damian Priest beats Rey Mysterio. And then they beat Rey Mysterio with a chair. And Dom just looks at him because Dom doesn't care because he has a girlfriend now. Ha.
That actually makes sense, though.
Yes. So then we have Bob Lash. And Bob Lash is saying, yo, I'm going to beat Miz in the cage. Like, a lot of you not. That was literally the promo. I'm going to beat Miz in the cage. Are you going to elaborate anymore? No. We're going to commercial. That was it? Literally, I'm going to beat Miz in a cage? What? Okay.
That's it.
So then they interviewed Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman Bridge said, hey, I'm going to SmackDown this week. Ha. We get these video packages from Seth freaking Rollins and Riddle, and Riddle says it's not over between me and Seth. And Seth is like, nah, I beat you 1, 2, 3. It's over. Like there's no more to it. Which only means they're going to have another match, which leads to an Extreme Rules match, which is in 5 weeks. And I'm like, okay.
How many matches have they had so far? Two-ish?
Yeah. So then we get the official confirmation that next week, Edge, who is injured and got sent to a local medical facility, is going to wrestle Dominic next week. It's like, what? Like, you just got fake injured. So now you're going to be okay to wrestle Dominic.
Hey. If CM Punk come back in 4 days, Edge come back in 7.
Okay. All right. So then we get to the cage match. It's Miz versus Bob Lash, U.S. title. And Miz wants this cage match, only wants this cage match to keep out Dexter Lumis. And the match goes, first off, Tommaso Ciampa helps beat up Bob Lash before the match. So, yeah, that's fucked up. Then Bob Lash gets in the ring, and they're going. The match is going. And it's one point where Miz thinks he's going to win. And Miz looks down. Hi. It's Dexter Lumis under the ring looking up at Miz. Miz gets scared, comes back, gets put in the Hurt Locker business. Miz taps out. Then Dexter Lumis gets in the cage, chokes out Miz, and then carries him home, I guess.
Something.
Like, where did he take him?
I'm gonna go with yours and say he took him home.
Yeah, it was so weird. So after the match, after he took him home, they did the whole, hey, Raw after show, whatever. And Sarah Stryber, who interviewed Miz earlier, Miz pointed out, you're from the other show. Kevin Owens bumps into her, and Kevin Owens is like, you're from SmackDown. Oh, since you're from SmackDown, I have a message for the Tribal Chief. Tell him he still owes me. So that was a thing. Then we get the official Braun Strowman is coming to SmackDown. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Like, if you said where you was at.
Yeah. So, yeah. That was a thing, and that's the end of Monday Night Raw. So, we have a couple of little things, tidbits to talk about. One thing is Bob Fish. Bob Fish is gone, officially gone. Bob Fish is gone. They tried to negotiate a contract. It was like, hey, listen, what about if we do this? Would you stay? And Bob Fish was like, I want more money. They literally was like, you're not worth that, so goodbye. Like, that's what happened. Like, they offered him more money. He goes, you're not worth that, goodbye. And they just let him go. Like, they didn't think that his skills was worth enough, and they just like, nah, fuck you, bye. Dude, like,
go from here.
Yeah. Dude. Okay, so I was right. I was totally right. And like I said before, Malachi Black is leaving. He's gone from AEW.
Yeah.
because of a mental breakdown. He's gone. So because of this thing, right?
Mhm.
He's gone. But he has a 180 day like non-compete clause.
So, fuck.
Yes, he doesn't have a 90-day non-complete clause. He has a 180-day non-complete clause.
Okay. And hold my beer.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Hold his beer. So that is a thing. So he's gone.
That's a troll. Like that has to be a fucking.
I don't think it's a troll. This is what I've heard the reasoning is, because if he's mentally broken, they want him to like get help because like, yeah, you're mentally broken. And also, if you just did that just to get out of contract, like, fuck you, so we're gonna make you wait longer. So now he has to like basically just get himself together, and then after that, after the 180 days, he can go to WWE if he wants to. Also, they said the door is open if you want to come back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And fucking Jake Hager signed a contract extension. So, yeah. How do you feel about Jake Hager signing an extension?
I'm surprised they heard one.
So, also Jericho and all of them are like basically locked in for extra years. They decided, hey, we're gonna lock in for extra years because they want to, you know, just like be part of the AEW community for longer. Because not only was it him, it was Matt Menard and Daddy Magic. I can't believe I actually said that out of my mouth.
Wow. The one where they're old. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So yeah, they're staying. So
isn't Jericho? My bad for cutting you up, but isn't Jericho already like set for like 7 years though with them or whatever? Or
yeah, but he's sticking his heels in deeper into this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is like, that's a thing.
He's kind of loyal to this company. So.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like some contract stuff and things that are going around. Also, one thing I want to point out, because I don't want to let this not go, because this was in the media scrum from CM Punk, was how much he actually likes Adam Cole. Like, that's insane that he just like, out of all of the chaos, he was talking about how much he likes Adam Cole, and he wants to make sure that this kid is fine because he's one of the nicest kids and he deserves so much, and like he hopes that he's okay. And it was like, wow, like out of all of the shit stirring that you did, you were, wow. That's all I can say. It's like, wow, like Adam Cole must be the nicest motherfucker because like, wow.
But then you discuss that shit all the time, how nice it is. So to steal the line off of Anthony Bowen, but switch it up. Everyone loves Adam Cole.
That's true. That is 100% true. This guy's like the nicest fucker that anybody has met. Like, he's the nicest fucking person. Like, if you ever go to his streams, you'd be like, wow, this is one of the nicest people I've ever met. He's fucking great.
You tell me, you're more in tune like the wrestling community and all that, right? I don't think anybody's ever said anything like bad about this guy. Ever.
Nah, it's a very few people that people are like, I've never said anything bad. And it's him and also fucking Roman Reigns. And I know people are like, wait, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Dude, fucking Eddie Kingston was just saying nice shit about how nice Roman Reigns is. And it's like, dog, like, one, like, how do you know that he's that nice? And he's like, nah, he reached out to me before and like we talked and like he's really nice. I'm like, holy shit. Like, yeah. Like Roman is one of the people that even everybody in AEW puts over because it's like, nah, Roman's dope. Even Kenny put him over. It was like, nah, he's dope. Like he's a really dope dude.
Say that. Just about to say that Eddie put him.
Yeah, like so, like Adam Cole and fucking Roman Reigns are two of the nicest people. Like I would say Hangman, but you know, CM Punk might come to my door and punch me because I'm Hangman's friend.
Fuck you, Adam Cole is the nicest guy. See me, Phil. See me. I have a dog too. My dog's bigger than your dog.
Wow. So yeah, that's everything. Got anything to add?
See me, Phil. I'm ending with that.